Hello everyone, sorry that I'm not here for my group's presentation. I'm currently traveling down south for Easter weekend. As a group, we decided that it would be a good idea for me to record a video of me analyzing one of my poems that we decided that I should read. So I decided that I would analyze Elegy for some beach houses. If you don't know, Elegy stands for it's a series of reflection, typically a lament for dead, and this is mostly related towards poetry. And as you look at this poem, you can see that it does take you on a journey of what a beach house possibly can go through while being located and on a beach, all that stuff. So the poem takes place in Chatham, Massachusetts. It's a town that's located on Cape Cod, so it's right on the beach and it deals with ocean all the time. Um, Throughout the story, a big storm at the beginning hits on Chatham and starts to take down some of the beach home fronts that are located all across the town, and they end up destroying them. So as I went through the poem, I realized that the McCadden started taking parts of the houses and started personifying them. And so, as for example, here you can see she wrote like the house is groaned like only a house can. So it's just kind of like as a person gets injured or something happens to them physically, they start feeling pain and they can possibly verbalize that pain. So they'll just groan, be like, "Oh, that actually really hurt." Oh, like all that stuff. Further into the reading, the as you can see the buckle of underpinnings, then the hip bone joints, the planks, the studs, the wall side. So again, it's like if somebody gets injured, you can kind of be like, oh, this is gonna happen. And then just for what I thought of here is like the legs of the house, which is like the base of a human, like a human being. That's what you use to walk around. That's how you get around. That started to go away, and they weren't able to use their legs anymore. Um, Further into the reading, as it says, its backbone and all its backbone broken and all the bits finished. So it's like just it fully broke. There's no way that you can fix it. It will never be the same. Okay. So as I stated before, um, there's like there's beginning, middle, and end of this whole poem, which every poem has. But this one has a pretty cool looking rise and fall in the action, as you can notice. Beginning, it just talks about how the sea is working up and it's coming closer and closer to the house, and it's just like, okay, maybe it'll die down, or it will eventually possibly just go away, which understandable. But as you go further into it, you can see this the as I signified with a star here for rise. This is where it started to the house started getting consumed by the ocean, and then it started working its way through and starting to break its the base of the house and all that, and just started to consume it. So for the climax, I found that when nails in the like the when the nails and all the base is all gone, you already know the house is going to break. So the roof is the top part of the house, which is the most. It's not the most important, but it is an important part of the house. It keeps you sheltered, all that stuff. It started to break apart. So as it went into the ocean, so you knew that it was gone. You knew the house was going to be breaking, and as it goes further into the ocean, it causes a change into what you were starting to think throughout the poem and the fall. So the whole house gets consumed by the ocean and all this stuff within it, like the as you can see right here, decks, the some lamps, buckets, deck chairs, and I mentioned all the sinks, right? A watch, jewelry left on the sill. So there's items within the house that are already going into the water, and as the house goes further in, it's just pretty much gone at this point. And at the end, it turns sideways, finned off. Little housed mollusks made no choice. The ocean settled, breathed, wave, wave, wave. So as you can see there is that everything was consumed by the ocean, and then it was gone. It's just, and once it's gone, it's just the ocean goes back to normal, and everything goes back to normal. But it's just people have the memory of what the house used to look like, and that it was gone. So, and with lost memories, as you can see, so as the house is going into the ocean and it's falling apart, you hear right here, it's photos of old dogs, children, words, beach happiness, family painted on shingles. So within the house, they leave their memory, they leave their footprint of a house. That's why it's difficult for people to just see a house get destroyed. It's because people don't like to see their old memories go away, and it's very difficult for people to understand why this happens. And it's just, when the ocean settles, it's just, you pretty much just have to try to move on from what happened, which is, it's all sad and everything, but once that happens, you can't rebuild. You can rebuild, but it'll never be the same. So just to wrap things up, it's just the nature of the way it is living on the coast of like a town. It's just, the ocean will possibly one day come back and just take your whole house. For example, for this poem, there's just take your whole house. And it's just the beauty of the beast. It's just, it happens, and you just have to drive on. And the poems that I read through this book were mainly about what I thought was loss, and this one kind of was one of my favorite ones because it had that loss, but it felt like, okay, so this just happened, but I'm gonna be able to drive on. I think when you read through this, you should make sure that you understand what each one's about, because you'll think back towards your life, and you take these poems, you'll relate it to yourself. Possibly you may have to go through something like this. It would suck, but it probably happened. So thank you for putting through with this recording. I know it's a little rough, but just gotta do what you gotta do and drive on, everything. So thank you again, and hopefully our group does well.